right, 99.9 Punk World Radio FM. You guys already know what time it is, and right here this Thursday night, we are joined by Detroit, Michigan's own. That's right, we got Middle Out right here in the building. Boys, how are you doing tonight?
Great.
Doing good.
Good.
Happy to be here. How are you?
Hey, man, I gotta admit, I'm doing great, man, down here in Canada. I gotta say, man, I've been super excited and stoked for this interview since we actually chatted about it and set this up, man. So, guys, thank you so much for a bit of your time here this Thursday evening.
Thank you for having us.
You said down here in Canada. Canada is up there.
Down here, up there. Let's just put it to you like this. I do not know my geography. I'm in broadcasting, not in geography. That's all I gotta say, right? But down here, up there, but, you know, what can you do, right?
You know, there are parts of Canada that are further south than parts of of the United States. So
True. Canada is both south of Detroit and north of Detroit.
Yeah, and west and east as well.
That's true. I don't know if it's west. I don't know if it goes that far down on the west. But,
maybe on the east.
On the east, though, yeah.
Oh man,
we're off to a great start here.
Dude, this is nuts. I don't know if I can do this. I feel surrounded. I'm kind of getting a little claustrophobic thinking about Canada. So,
but I know you guys are very busy individuals. So I'm in Prescott. I broadcast out of Prescott, Ontario, but currently right now I'm residing in Ottawa. So the station is based in Ottawa, but I broadcast at a remote location in Ottawa, Ontario.
I have to know, are you an Ottawa Senators fan?
Fuck no.
Oh, yes.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
And see, the thing is, I don't normally swear during my interviews, but I have to emphasize on the fuck no.
Okay, good. I was a little nervous.
If I was all that I gotta say, boys, if I was an Ottawa Senators fan, I would have to kick my own ass.
All right, that's
but
relief. I feel better.
I will admit that the team that I do cheer for when I do watch hockey, I know it's not any better. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs, man. It is what it is.
I was just in Philadelphia a couple weeks ago, and I got to experience the Flyers beating the Maple Leafs. And as a Red Wings fan, I mean, we're all Wings fans. That was pretty rewarding. So shout out to the Flyers for beating the Maple Leafs. I mean, it helped us stay in the playoff running.
Well, kind of.
A little bit. It's a long shot, but
it's it's all crazy right now. Technically, we need Philly to lose in order for us to get a playoff spot now.
Never mind what I said about Philadelphia.
We
Fuck
need the Capitals to lose, and who else? There's so many people in the wild card race right now. It's crazy. But the Wings are in it. I'm so excited about it. But that's not why we're here. We're not here to talk about that.
Yeah.
What's up, DJ Immortal?
But I gotta take you guys back to the beginning of your amazing band, man. And I have to ask, how did you three actually first meet and come together to form Middle Out?
So
started off.
You want me to take it? Okay.
Yeah, the origin story.
I have a job, and Matt got a job at that job.
Oh, you're going like years back. Yeah, all right.
And he had a Lawrence Arms shirt on, which is very, very rare to see at my work. And I think I went up to you and said, "Do you like the Lawrence Arms?"
And I said no, even though I was wearing a T-shirt of theirs.
And I was like, "Are we best friends now?" And you're like, "You're a weirdo." He's still right. Yeah. And then we found out, music stuff, and we started a band called Old Timer that didn't go anywhere with my good friend and brother-in-law Dave. Shout out to Dave. He's probably not watching, but whatever. Shout out to him anyway. Someone let him know I gave him a shout out. Then me and Matt had he's texting. Me and Matt had babies, not with each other, but separately with other people.
Different women too. It's not that. Yeah.
And Dave did too, so that band kind of fizzled out. Then then along came I don't know if you guys had this in Canada. It's called COVID. You want to take
Yeah. So once COVID happened, and everybody was bored at home with lockdowns and everything. We were both in other bands, and Dan, DJ, and I were in separate bands, and we had actually played a number of shows together just separately, but same show. And that's how we all kind of met. Once COVID happened, I started just demoing a bunch of songs at home just for something to do. Gonna go out, do much of anything. So this project is very much a COVID baby, and I demoed a couple songs. I sent it over to DJ. I was like, "Hey, I'm bored. Check this out. It's pretty cool." And I think if I remember correctly, the first thing he said to me was like, "Dude, we got to do something with this." And from there, we had gone through the process of DJ and I were pretty firm on like starting this as a band, and we had gone through some quick members. Some people that were only involved in one jam session. Others that were involved a little bit longer, but one of the early drummers, it just didn't work out, and then caught wind that Dan was interested in starting a new project, so it all just kind of worked out and it made sense. We've been doing it for a few years now.
Yeah, we're coming up on our 3-year anniversary.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's
and
the
also,
long and short of it.
And also as well, guys, I do know that on September 2nd of 2022, you guys actually dropped the EP titled Bender. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us the story behind this 6-track EP. And of course, man, is it actually still out there to be streamed or purchased? So I do know this is one of your guys' very earlier on recordings.
Yeah.
What date? What did that come? Look at you.
September 2nd. Yeah.
So
Thank you for being
September 2nd, 2022.
It's
Man,
just dudes stumbling through like, what's your name mean? But thank you. Matt, please.
It's Bender. I mean, a lot of those early COVID songs were demoed for Bender. Escape My Past was probably, I think it was the first song that we actually even started playing together, which it was the first release off of Bender. And then from there, I think we probably had like 3 of them that were just like written before we even started like thinking about an EP. It was just trying to like get everybody on the same page. DJ had some stuff that you brought to the table, and then it kind of evolved from there and turned into Bender. But yeah, you can stream it on everything. I don't even remember. There's so many streaming platforms out there. We got a couple of music videos on YouTube from that EP. But yeah, it's available for purchase. We got, I don't know, a handful of CDs left that, if anybody wants to buy it, they're more than welcome to. It's on Bandcamp. We got Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff.
You know where to stream music.
Yeah. Yeah, if you come see us live, you get a free copy of Bender.
Totally.
Unless
And one thing I have to ask, guys, because I actually came across this while I was looking at the news and whatnot back in April of 2023. And I will say, if this is actually legit, you guys can obviously skip this question. But Las Vegas Weekly reported that Michigan punk rock band Middle Out arrested for vandalizing the Punk Rock Museum. I was wondering if you guys are willing to talk about that. Could you tell us a bit more about this incident and what actually led to the series of these unfortunate events?
So, I was under the impression that anything that happened in Vegas is supposed to stay in Vegas.
I mean, when did punk rock become so safe that we're not supposed to put our stickers and our name out in places that are expected to see that?
Yeah, our lawyers have advised us not to talk about that situation publicly, other than that news article that has come out. So,
yeah.
First of all, the embellishment put into that article, obviously, whatever publication it was, they didn't get our consent, but
yeah. What was that? I gotta look that up.
Still liked it.
Man, DJ Immortal.
I will admit, though, I was going to say, my apologies, guys. I was going to say as well, when I read that, I actually legitimately thought it was a publicity kind of joke. I mean, like, when I read that, it's like, I don't know, man. That doesn't seem very punk rock. I mean, at the end of the day, a couple stickers, going to call the police. But, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's time to come clean.
All right.
Okay.
We gotta.
Yeah.
We've been getting this question over the years.
Yeah. We're going to come clean on the
It's been somewhat embellished.
somewhat.
Somewhat. This is a DJ Immortal exclusive news break here. We'll say that article may or may not be true, and it is definitely not.
Yeah, it was a publicity stunt. We we had the idea to do it. It was funny just to put it online, and the amount of people that actually thought that it was real was funny. And it was right around April Fool's that it just made sense for us to do something goofy.
I remember my mom messaged like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, we have a lot of respect for Fat Mike and NoFX and what he's doing out there with the museum. Hope to see it soon. Yeah. I think we got some plans coming up to be out in Vegas in a couple of months next month. We Brandon did tell us we're actually
Brandon. Who's Brandon?
Yeah, Brandon.
Brandon Lewis.
Sorry if we're jumping ahead, but we had recently. Do you have any questions about Punkerton before we get there?
Hold on, Brandon that he's referring to.
Actually, speaking of Punkerton, I was just going to ask how you guys actually got landed with that label and got signed, because I do know that is a huge accomplishment for any band, especially a band that's only been around for a couple of years like yourselves. Like Punkerton is such a very well established punk rock label.
Yeah, so we'll get there if you want. I was saying who's Brandon because I wanted him to plug Punkerton.
Yes.
Right. Brandon of Punkerton is what I wanted him to say.
I just didn't want to take away any of DJ Immortal's thunder.
No,
questions are,
so far
you can't just say Brandon. It's Punkerton.
Yeah, it's Brandon.
He's the man.
All right.
Brandon is the man.
I'll get this one.
Go for it. Take
cool. So when we finished the new record, the new LP, the self-titled, back in September 2023. I went through the process that you always go through with this when you're not already established with the label, which is to take your press pack and like, here's 3 songs, and you send it with a sincere email to like every label that you think would even give you any lick of attention. I sent, I think, approximately, I don't know, at least over 100 emails, which is pretty normal, to be honest with you. Like, it's not uncommon for like an EP or an LP or anything, just like to send it out to any of these people, see who can bite, and then you just take a few conversations.
Yeah.
We did have a few small bites from a few things, but they were mostly just like, we'll repost your stuff on Facebook and that's the end of it. And we can have our name attached to it. But Brandon of Punkerton Records, what a saint. The great, I've worked with a bunch of labels over the years, but he is literally the most dedicated, the most, guys help me out with adjectives, the most involved.
Yeah.
He talks to us every single day, checking in on us, letting us know how things are going,
committed
on his end,
workaholic,
absolutely,
all over everything all the time.
Yeah.
Like
I said, I've worked with high and I've worked with low. No one has put in this level of dedication, and it shows in his work. The new bands that he's got coming down the pipeline, I'm so stoked.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff. If people that are tuning in, pay attention to Punkerton. There's regardless of our involvement with the label, there are a lot of bands out there that we got the lame ass dad showing up. That's our homies. Knives is great. Danny Attack is great. Bad Year is great. Modern Angst is awesome. Yes. I mean, all like the current lineup is awesome. They recently announced that our dear friends in the Boy Detective are joining Punkerton, and we're super excited for them to be a part of the fold. But there's some other stuff in the pipeline that we are not at liberty to discuss, but pay attention to it, because there are just so many, like, he's doing such cool work in the scene, from just booking shows, putting out records, tours and stuff, and
being just an all around just repping hard.
Yeah.
Just like I don't know anyone who puts in this level of dedication.
That dude Brandon runs his record label like somebody that is in a band that puts like their emphasis in life in general into their songs, right? Like, absolutely. When I write a song, like, I want it to be something that, not only does it mean something to me, but it may mean something to someone else. And I think Brandon does that from just like a business standpoint, where he puts a lot of himself into what it is that his label is trying to, accomplish. And there's a lot of awesome stuff going. So
totally. Love Brandon as a dude. Love working with him. Could not be happier. So happy.
Yeah.
This game.
When he like responded to my initial email, like you get responses, but they're typically just like nothing. It's like, yeah, thanks, but we're not blah 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 right now. No, he was like a little bit of interest. Let's talk. Let's get on a phone call. Let's do this. Let's just chit chat. Let's just see where it goes. And like even just from those initial conversations, it felt special.
It made sense. It, for a band like ours, where
first vinyl Parkinson put out was Lame Ass Dads. That's very true.
Which is a great record, and for all of all of you listening out there, listen to Lame Ass Dads. Those guys, they're great human beings. They are great musicians, and they're a lot of fun to listen to. So
absolutely
gotta plug that while they're here. So,
but hopefully that answers your question.
I think it did. We talked about Brandon for 7 minutes, and it's not enough. I love him.
It's great too. It's good.
I will say, guys, I believe everybody watching, including myself, learned that Brandon of Punkerton Records should be called and should legally change his name to Mr. No Days Off. That's all I have to say. Because he definitely sounds like he's very great at what he does, man. It shows definitely in his work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Poor guy was just on vacation and still working.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I can just picture him sitting in the hotel, man, just making calls, the laptop, everything. His wife or girlfriend's like, man, can you just stop for 5 minutes?
He won't stop.
We won't stop.
Oh, Mr. Steal Your Band. I love that. Oh. That's awesome.
I love the YouTube handle, actually, Mr. Steal Your Band, because you never know, he could. He might be overly qualified to steal your band. You never know, man. But also, guys, speaking of just amazing and hard dedication work, May 24th of 2024, you guys are going to be releasing your debut self-titled LP that's going to be released on Punkerton Records. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us what your fans can expect from this up-and-coming record, and of course, where can we actually pre-order it right now if those pre-orders are indeed available?
Let me do the pre-order first. So obviously you can pre-order the vinyl at ParkinsonRecords.com. Is that correct?
Yep.
Is it .com?
Let's find out. It might be .org. I'm pretty sure it's .com.
There are 5 different colors of the vinyls. One of them's like the Coke bottle clear. The others are opaque.
They're round.
They're round, made of vinylish material.
But they come in a square. But inside it's round.
Yeah. It is .com. PunkertonRecords.com.
Which, of course, you can check out all the other bands there, too. But if you want to pre-order our record, you can do individually. You can do all 5 of them. You get a little discount. Really great.
CDs, too, for the people that are living in 1999, such as myself.
It's true. I'm not a huge vinyl collector.
Guilty.
Except, but yeah.
The CD will not work on a record player, though. I don't think.
Yeah,
probably that in an awesome.
I mean, you can try it, but chances are you're going to break one or the other, or you could just break both. It really depends.
The sound it makes will not be the sounds that we.
That's not what we record.
That's not.
No.
But the second half of that question was what again?
What?
Just like if you touch what? Yeah. What can the fans expect from the record? Yeah.
We got 12 ripping tracks.
Ripping. Oh.
What is it? Face melting? No, it's not like that. It's
maybe face warming.
Face warming, like a nice, like a heating pad. Like you take the stock, you throw rice in it, and you put it in the microwave, and put it around your neck.
I don't want to hear about your sex stuff.
I always avoid talking about it.
Look, we did when we recorded the album. That was like one of the best weeks I've ever had, like recording anything.
Yeah.
And it really I feel it just really shows in the whole record.
Shout out to our homie Andy Nelson at Bricktop. We went out to Chicago for the week at Bricktop Recording, and after we had released Bender, we immediately went to work on new songs. And we got 12 songs on there. It's very fast. It's very honest. It's raw, man. It's very raw.
And also shout out to Paul Miner of in Orange, California at Buzzbomb, who mastered it. Yeah. I go to him for all my stuff. He's the best.
And we've released 3 singles so far?
3 so far.
Yep.
There's another one will drop before the record. It's probably going to come out sometime in early May.
Yeah.
So there'll be 4 singles before. That'll give you a pretty good taste of what is to come.
On the other 8 songs,
Yeah, 8 more.
Recording process was great. We're really happy with the 12 songs we did. It's the first full length. We're itching to get back and do some more, but
get there.
Yep.
And also as well, you guys will actually be on a United States tour alongside Bad Year and Knives for the Punkerton Records 2024 tour. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about what can we expect from these up-and-coming shows, and of course, where can we actually snag ourselves some tickets?
Great question on all fronts. Well, what to expect? First off, yes, like you said, it is the Punkerton Records tour. Ourselves, Knives, our boys from Florida, and
Bad
Year, of course, and then we'll have Modern Angst in there on like a couple shows, right?
I'm not sure. I know we're playing with them at St.
Louis for sure.
Where they're from.
Yep.
I don't know if they're on any other shows. They might be. I just don't know.
Perhaps, but you're going to get a big taste of what Punkerton Records has to offer, really.
Yeah, we're meeting up with a couple. We're meeting up with Boy Detective in Morris, Illinois, Forest Fest.
Yes,
Yep.
Forest Fest is going to be nice.
So we're hopping on immediately after our record release. So that's the 24th. On the 25th, that Saturday, May 25th, we're flying to Las Vegas. We're playing Las Vegas. Then we're hitting Albuquerque, Oklahoma City, St. Louis, Nashville, Indianapolis, and then Morris, Illinois, which is Forest Fest, and then coming home and getting yelled at for not being in the house.
Tickets for any respective event.
I mean,
Vegas. So I don't know how the tickets work with that, but
I'm not sure of it. I'm not sure if there's tickets available at any of these. I'm not sure. There might be.
I know Forest Fest. You could get the Forest Fest tickets, which is awesome. You know,
$10.
Yeah, $10, and we're playing with Bad Cop,
and also like
Bandoliers,
like,
John Snodgrass,
like
Counterpunch,
whole day event, food trucks, art festival. $10, you cannot beat that. That's going to be an awesome way to end that tour for sure.
$10 all day, and outside of Chicago, a lot of awesome bands playing. It's food and all sorts of
food art.
No, we talked about them a ton, but Brandon set this whole thing up.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're.
This is like the first time I've never had to like stick my fingers into booking a tour.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah. I think the other shows throughout outside of Vegas are just
club shows, bar shows.
Follow us on social media, and you'll have insight into
flyers for every single one. And
there's events made on Facebook and all that. So that would be the place if you're interested. If you're out of Michigan, out of Canada, you want to see us in any of the states, is just follow us or Punkerton or both on all social platforms, and you'll see all the the appropriate links for any event coming up in May and June.
Yeah, so we'll be able to be traveling with a bunch of Punkerton bands, all playing together. It's gonna be great.
And before we actually part ways here tonight, I do know you guys briefly brought up follow on social media. Before we actually do part ways, could you actually drop your social media handles? That way, individuals that actually aren't that tech savvy, they can know where to find you guys across all social media platforms. That way they can indeed stay updated on this amazing album that's dropping in May, which is actually next month. So fans, you better gear up because because an early summer heat wave is coming your way, and it's not even coming outside your front door. It's coming right into your eardrums, so get ready for that. And of course, this kick-ass tour that you guys are actually gearing up to be on.
Yeah. Okay. So there's socials, obviously on the Facebook. If you search middle, use the hyphen. There's like a hyphen between middle and out. Middle hyphen out. You'll find us pretty easy. On Instagram, it's just at middle out MI for Michigan. Likewise, the same thing for TikTok. And the hard thing about YouTube.
Yeah. Go ahead. I don't even know how to find us on YouTube.
It's hard to find us on YouTube because we took our name. And someone asked in the comments earlier, either jokingly or seriously, where we got our name from. And if you search the words Middle Out on YouTube, you will find the scene for our namesake But if you want to find us more specifically, it might help to do middle out and then like ballerinas, or it's not me, it's you.
Or go to the Punkerton
Punkerton,
Records YouTube page, and you'll see all of have been released and upcoming releases on there as well.
Absolutely, that'd be the easiest way.
Yeah, for sure.
And I gotta say, guys, first and foremost, thank you so much for giving not only myself, but the radio station airwaves, and of course the fans a bit of your time here tonight just to chat about your amazing band history and what is to come within Middle Out, man. It was such an honor speaking with all three of you guys. Thank you so much again, and definitely have yourselves a phenomenal night out there in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah,
thank you so much, DJ Immortal.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Pleasure talking to you.
You're most certainly welcome, guys. Have a good night.
Hey, you too.